Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back in as we get ready here for our second race of the evening as the Montana iRacing League ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle yet again for a second time here this evening as the 305 sprint cars ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here this evening for some wicked and wild racing action here from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway as heat race number 1 gets loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set them loose here in this one. Some great racing action already on the evening in the docket as we get ready here for our second race of the evening as the 305 sprint cars in the house here for this one. Gonna be an epic showdown here from these drivers as the 305 sprints get ready to rock and roll. My boy Casey Durant coming in with that heart reaction. Tayden Jenner coming in with that like on the stream as well as we have stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole in the number 43 machine, it's our boy Casey Durant in the 43 machine, starting there in position number 1. To his outside in the 50 ride, that is Caden back, and down on the inside, a row number 2 in the JR1 number 1 ride, that is Vernon Hill. To his outside, that is the 33 machine of Luke Zampich, and down on the inside, a row number 3 in the number 85, that is Patches Be Fast. To his outside in the 32 ride is the WB Crave Designs Pacers Signs and Designs number 32, that is Pacer Bob Bam, and bringing up the rear of the field in the BBI Montana iRacing League number 86, that is Patrick Lemire. So we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 1 about to get underway. As you came here for a show, well, here you go. It's slow and steady down across the start finish line. We're going to go to green flag racing, but some contact already. Unfortunately for Caden Black, back getting up into the outside fence. There's some pretty good damage to that 50B machine as he's trying to get that car rocking and rolling here once again as out in front it's all the 43 is Casey Durant leading the way. My boy Brian Stradler Jr. coming in showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Brian? How you doing, brother? Coming in showing the love here in this one. Good to see you as always up here in the chat as Casey Durant out in front. Vernon Hill right there in position number 2. Patrick Lemire from the rear of the field, already up into position number 3 here. The 86 ride looking to have himself a great run as he's got that 305 up into that 3rd position as we're going to see our first caution flag fly. Our first caution flag here of the evening in the 305s. Going to come out as Luke Zampich. Going to have some issues here. We will take a look and see what happened here to the 33 riders. They're battling hard deeper in the field. This is the battle for the 4th position on the racetrack, and 33 door to door, wheel to wheel here with the 32 ride. Unfortunately, as they get wheeled together, he just kind of gets turned around and upside down. The top wing, front wing, all the wings falling off this 33 ride. Now looks like a dirt midget out there on the racetrack, and unfortunately, he's going to take that ride down pit side to get some work done to it here as a tough break right there for that number 33 ride as the 32 and the 33 come together, and unfortunately, the 33 having some heavy contact there. The 32 with some pretty heavy contact there as well. I'm not sure if Pacer got up into the wall there or not. We'll have to take a look back and see if Pacer did get a piece of that outside fence here. So we'll take a look right here on the cockpit of this 32 ride and see what he sees as he sends it in down low. Trying to get a good run here underneath that 33 ride. Unfortunately, they just get a little too close for comfort, and a good recovery there. Not too much contact with the outside wall there for the 32 ride as he'll stay out there on the track. We do see Luke Zampich back out there as well, ready to rock and roll as we get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to battle here in this one. Braden Carter coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Braden? Braden coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream as well as Casey Durant down across the start finish line. A snail's pace here trying to keep these drivers locked and loaded here back there behind them, trying to keep them on their toes as out in front, Casey Durant continuing to lead the way. Durant out in front with Vernon Hill there in position number 2, now trying to hold off Patrick Lemire as Lemire all the way from the 7th starting position at the back of the pack up into position number 2 here as him and Vernon Hill going to duke it out for that second spot. He's going to get a little piece of the outside fence, but barely edging over that one ride of Vernon Hill here. Now he's going to clear him down the back straightaway, and he's going to look to go after our race leader as Casey Durand out in front, continuing to lead the way. Patches B Fast back there in position number 4 and looking for more of Pacer Popham. They're in position number 5, trying to hold off Luke Zampage trying to find a way up and around that 32 ride, and Caden back right there as well in position number 7. Is out in front. Casey Durant continuing to lead the way here in heat race number 1 on the evening for these 305s as he's going to see the white flag fly one more time around. For the 43 is Casey Durand, nice and easy down the back straightaway for the final time here in our first heat race. Down through corner number 4 as he's going to see the checkered flag. It's Casey Durand picking up the checkered flag here in the Montana iRacing League. Patrick Lemire there in second, Vernon Hill there in third, and everybody else right there in heat race number 1. Everyone is going to make it into the show, and nobody's going to go home early here as they're all going to get an opportunity to battle for the A main feature event as heat race number 1 going to Casey Durand, picking up the checkered flag as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 2. And starting on the pole in the 307 ride, it's Merlin Sorensen into his outside. In the 78 ride, it's Joseph Brooks. Starting in position number 3 in the 29 ride, that is Jeremy Sorensen into his outside. In the 77 3D Racing House of Speed ride, that is Warren Samoy there in position number 4. And PJ Popham in the 2 ride, bringing up the rear of the field here. The Pacers Signs and Designs Flawless Auto Body number 2 ride is Riley Wolf, missing the call to start this heat race. Evening Aaron Sprint Cars, man, I may need to sign up. Unfortunately, Aiden, this is a Montana Racing League only, so only the Montana locals are able to run in this one, as I'm not sure what's going on here with Jeremy Sorensen, but I'm going to take his car down to the infield here. I'm not sure what's going on. For the 29 ride is down pits. Not taking that car pit side, so I'm not sure what's up here with the 29 ride and what happened there to start this one, but out in front though, Merlin Sorensen, Joseph Brooks looking to take the green flag here. PJ Popham right there in position number 2, or number 3, as he's already looking for the top spot here, getting a great run down low as the 2 ride of PJ Popham, not wasting any time and quickly getting that 2 machine up into the top spot here as he takes the lead away. PJ Popham out in front, Merlin Sorensen right there in position number 2. Joseph Brooks back there in the 3rd spot in the 78 ride, and then Warren Samoy struggling there a little bit in that 77 cars back into position number 4 and looking for more. Jeremy Sorensen there in position number 5 on the racetrack there after I don't know what happened to him down the front straightaway before the green flag as the 29 ride went down to the infield here, but now back in the 5th position. Riley Wolf still down pit side here, is out in front and continuing to stretch his lead is the 2 ride of PJ Popham as Popham looking very, very strong here yet again this evening. He's had a very fast race cars in pretty much every race here so far this weekend, and the 2 ride looking strong again in these 305 sprints. As PJ Popham out in front, Merlin Sorensen trying to hold on to position number 2 as Joseph Brooks, our feature winner from moments ago in the late models, right there in position number 3, trying to jump up into position number 2 here in heat race number 2. Warren Samoy, the 3D Racing House of Speed Norwood Sim Sports number 77 ride, back there in position number 4 and looking for more. Unfortunately, losing touch here of our race leaders in Jeremy Sorensen back there in the 5th position. Unfortunately, going to see our race leader less than a straightaway away from him here as already the 2 ride stretching out a big lead here, 1.8 seconds and growing lap by lap by lap as PJ Popham setting a very good pace here in that 2 machine. Already going to see that white flag fly, so he's got one more lap around here now with a 2.5 second lead here over our 2nd place driver Merlin Sorensen as down through corner 3 and out of corner number 4, PJ Popham is going to see the checkered flag here in the win for heat race number 2. Merlin Sorensen there in 2nd, Joseph Brooks in position number 3. Warren Samoy Jeremy Sorensen and Riley Wolf rounding out the field there in heat race number 2. It's not a big field of cars here for the 305s. A lot of drivers electing not to run these 305 sprints, so a small crowd, and nonetheless a great battle about to come to life here in this one as these drivers are going to get stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. We're going to get into a quick warm-up session. They're going to jump out onto the racetrack. They're going to make sure their cars are ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here in this A main feature event in just a few more moments. Yo, what's good? Dustin, Mr. O'Neill coming in, showing the love, says, it's me again. Let's go. Let's go. What's good, Dustin? How are you, brother? How you doing tonight? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Saturday, as no better way to spend it than Saturday night under the lights here at the dirt track of Cedar Lake Speedway here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button, hit that gosh heckin' subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube, as we're going to get them ready to rock and roll in just a few more moments for our A main feature event as these drivers jumping out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session. We're going to be right back here as we're going to get a quick drink into us, and we're going to get ready to set them loose here for our A main feature event in just a couple more moments here in this one. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Don't go anywhere. Our A-Main feature event is about to get underway as the Montana iRacing League live from Cedar Lake Speedway, ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle in just a few more moments. girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. Is our A main feature event about to get underway. These drivers getting loaded into the sim and ready to try and pick up a win here at Cedar Lake Speedway as the Montana iRacing League gets ready to rock and roll and gets ready to go to green flag racing. 40 laps, the racing distance here in this one is our A main feature event about to get underway. These drivers loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll, and starting on the pole in the number 43 machine, that is Casey Durand. To his outside in the Pacer signs and designs flawless auto body number 2 ride, that is PJ Popham. Starting in position number 3 in the 86 is the Montana iRacing League BBI machine. That is Patrick Lemire into his outside. In the all-black number 307, it's Merlin Sorensen. Starting in position number 5 in the JR1 machine is the one ride of Vernon Hill into his outside. In the 78 ride, that is Joseph Brooks in the Tri-City Speed machine. Starting in position number 7 in the 85, that's Patches Be Fast into his outside. In the 3D Racing House of Speed number 77, that is Warren Samoy. Starting in position number 9 in the Pacer Signs and Designs number 32, that is Pacer Popham. To his outside the 29, it's Jeremy Sorensen. Then Luke Rakuski and Caden back, bringing up the rear of the field as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from Cedar Lake Speedway. As out in front it is Casey Durand, but here comes PJ Popham looking down low, is down across the start finish line. Lap number 1 going to go to the 43 is the slide job out of the 2 machine. PJ Popham trying to jump up and take this lead away. Casey Durand going to work to the inside. He's going to stay out in front by inches. Here on lap number 2 is the number 2 ride of PJ Popham trying to find a way up and around our race leaders. We're going to see the first caution flag on the evening fly here in the 305 sprint cars is unfortunately Warren Samoy, the man with the plan, the master man, getting turned around here in this one as Warren up on the high side of the racetrack. Looks like he's just going to run out of room here as the 307, I do believe, Merlin Sorensen there just washing up the racetrack, unfortunately making the 77 go higher and higher and higher. Here you see the front end shove up towards the outside fence. The rear tires are going to catch the outside wall right there and just send them right up into the outside fence here in corner number 2. A good break here for almost everybody except for the number 29 ride, as unfortunately, the 29 going to get a piece of them there, and some pretty good damage to the 77 machine of Warren Samoy. Will stay out there on the racetrack, get that car repaired, and back out there in a quick hurry. Hopefully not too much damage for the 77 machine, as there you go. You see him rejoining the field here as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Casey Durand out in front. PJ Popham trying to figure out a way to jump into that top spot as the 2 ride right there in the second spot, trying to work himself to the front of the field here. Patrick Lemire, Vernon Hill, and Joseph Brooks rounding out our top 5. Joseph Brooks been on a roll here, 3 straight top 3s here for the 78 ride, including a pair of wins, including the race right before this one. So Joseph Brooks on a roll. Look for him to make some moves up towards the front of the field and try to get that 78 ride up inside the top 3 here for a perfect weekend at the racetrack. As we are back to green flag racing, Casey Durand out in front, but here comes PJ Popham again, jumping up out in front, and he's going to take the lead away as the caution flag is going to fly. I'm not sure if the lap is going to be counted, if PJ will be our new race leader, or if the 43 ride will get that lead back away from him. It does look like the 43 car going to roll out in front of the 2 ride, so the caution flag coming back out there before that lap was complete. And unfortunately for PJ, he's going to have to try to reenact that one as the 85 ride here having some issues earlier. Just unfortunately gets into Merlin Sorensen there, goes down through the infield, slides back up onto the racetrack. Luckily enough, no one else was collected in that one, as I believe earlier when the contact was made there with Warren Samoy, it was the 85 ride here. Patches Be Fast and slid up into him. The black 307 ride wasn't the driver. We did say that it was 307 that had the contact with Warren going up the racetrack there, but it was actually the 85 ride. Unfortunately, a bad night going even worse here for the 85 of Patches Be Fast, as Patches unfortunately sliding him through the grass there a little faster than he'd want to, as he doesn't want to be down in that slick stuff down in the grass there, bottom side of the racetrack, as the caution flag going to come out for the second time. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here yet again. Darius, Richard, Brent coming in, dropping the share on the stream as well, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Sean Stevens coming in, showing the love with that like on the stream. Sean coming in, showing the love here in this one. I appreciate you, Sean, coming in, smashing that thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that share button, hit that follow button, become a member of the PeaceMaker family, part of the PeaceMaker crew here today. Casey Durand back out in front here, going to look for something different on this restart to keep that two-ride of PJ Popham at bay, as we're back to green flag racing. Casey down low, PJ Popham trying to get that two-ride wound up on the high side, and a big run down the back straightaways. He's going to take that lead away again here from Casey Durand. Didn't matter, he had nothing to hold him back, as the PJ number 2 machine out in front and looking very, very stout here in this one. Vernon Hill now looking to the outside of the 43 ride, as Casey Durand trying to stay through down to the bottom side, and he's going to lose a few more spots here, as here comes the 86 of Patrick Lemire right around him as well. So Lemire up into third, Vernon Hill there in second, as PJ Popham out in front and looking to run away with this one, as he's got that two-ride absolutely hooked up and wound out here on the high side of the racetrack. Continue to get some big runs out of that two-ride, as you see him hit corner 1 and 2 here absolutely perfectly, carrying a ton of speed and keeping that two-ride right there wound up on the high side of the racetrack. Some very, very good speed out of that two-ride. So we see the slide jump out of the BBI number 86 ride, as Patrick Lemire trying to slide up in front of Vernon Hill there. Vernon going to be able to keep that second spot as he crosses him back over and keeps that 86 ride at bay here, as Lemire right there in position number 3. Here comes Joseph Brooks up into position number 4 and looking for more, as Casey Durand back there in position number 5 now, as our pole sitter sliding back 4 spots early on in this one and into position number 5 on the racetrack. Merlin Sorensen right there in position number 6, with Luke Zampich right there behind him, as the 33 rides found himself up 4 spots on the racetrack into position number 7, as Pacer Popham. The Pacer signs in the Zines, number 32 ride right there in position number 8. Warren Samoy in the 3D Racing House of Speed ride there in position number 9, and Caden back bringing up our top 10. Patches Be Fast, Jeremy Sorensen, and Riley Wolf bringing up the rear of the field here in this one, is out in front. PJ Popham continuing to lead the way and continuing to stretch out his lead. 2.2 seconds now between himself and Vernon Hill and Patrick Lemire, and Joseph Brooks is our second, third, and fourth place drivers all right there together, as here comes another slide job out of the 86 ride, as Patrick Lemire trying to work himself up into position number 2. He's going to make that pass, but here comes Vernon Hill going to try to go back after him. Unfortunately, couldn't get the run he needed, as Patrick Lemire is going to stay there in position number 2. Now he's going to try to hunt down our race leader, as PJ Popham with a 2.5 second lead here over our second place driver. So PJ sitting comfortably here. Last thing he would want to see is a caution flag. So while we see these drivers kind of spread out around the racetrack, we're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Never mind, the caution flag is going to fly here, as we're almost halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. The caution flag is going to fly. Definitely not what PJ Popham wanted to see, is unfortunately a few drivers getting tied together here. We believe Jeremy Sorensen, Luke Zampich all getting kind of collected in this one. You see the 29 ride already up into the outside wall. You saw our race leader just narrowly being able to get around him there as he heads down pit side here. So caution flag I don't think was for Jeremy Sorensen. So we'll take a look and see what happened here to Luke Zampich. As Zampich up against the wall here, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, Luke Zampich hard into the wall, upside down onto his lid here. That car gets absolutely tore apart, leaving the wings there on the ground. And That car has a ton of damage, and unfortunately that is what's going to bring out the caution flag here in this one. It just gets up a little bit too close to the outside wall. The rear tire just going to tag the outside wall right there, straightens the car up and sends him straight in to the corner to exit wall. The backstretch wall absolutely tearing apart the 33 right as he goes upside down. Luckily enough for Sorensen, he's able to avoid that 33 right as are all busted up. Luckily enough, lands back on all 4 tires and keeps on rolling there, but unfortunately a ton of damage as we are back to green flag racing as the green flag quickly coming back out here in this one as PJ Popham looking to try to run away with this one. PJ out in front, Patrick Lemire there in second. Vernon Hill, Joseph Brooks, Casey Duran rounding out our top 5. And slowly but surely, here comes Warren Samoy working himself around the 307 of Merlin Sorensen, putting the 77 up into position number 6. Sorensen back to 7. Pacer Popham. Caden back, Luke Zampich rounding out our top 10. Patches P. Fast, Jeremy Sorensen, and Riley Wolf bringing up the rear of the field as we're going to jump into our PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. getting tied up with the other Popham, Pacer Popham and PJ Popham coming together. Unfortunately, one was the race leader, one was battling for a top 10 in the caution flag, and to come back out. PJ not going to be happy about that one, as we will stack him up, rack him up, and get him back out there. But we will take another look and see what happened here. As you see the two-ride, our race leader out to a commanding lead here once again, as he's out in front trying to figure out a way to get up and around the number 85, or the 307 and the 32, and unfortunately right down low, the 2 ride trying to get underneath of the 32, and Pacer just loses the rear end, washes down the racetrack, and unfortunately right over the nose of our race leader as PJ Popham down into the inside wall. Pacer Popham upside down over the wall there as he slides down the racetrack into corner number 3 here, going upside down. A couple barrel rolls here for the 32 after unfortunately making contact there with our race leader and bringing out a late race caution flag. Is the last thing that this number 2 machine wanted to see was this caution flag, as unfortunately our race leader getting taken out here by his own, I don't know if they're brothers or cousins, but Popham's coming together, and fortunately, our race leader getting tied up there, going to get turned around, and the caution flag is displayed as we are back. The green flag racing is quickly. Our new race leader, Patrick Lemire, out in front, looking at trying to run away with this one. As Lemire leading the field, Vernon Hill right there in position number 2. Joseph Brooks there in that 3rd spot with Casey Durand and Warren Samoy rounding out our top 5. Luke Sandwich there in 6th, and here comes PJ Popham trying to work himself back up towards the front of the field as Popham trying to work underneath on the 33 ride here of Luke Sampich. The 77 of Warren Samoy right there trying to work himself up as more contact, and around goes PJ Popham yet again. Caution flag back out into the air here as, again, PJ Popham down low trying to make something happen here, and unfortunately just running out of room as these straightaways get very, very narrow, and unfortunately for PJ going to get together here as the 43 gets loose off the corner. The front nose kind of comes down and shoots the rear end down across the nose of the 2 ride. And PJ Popham going to go around again down into the inside fence. A little bit harder that time. Luckily enough, stays on all 4 tires. But unfortunately, 2 caution flags in a row here for what was our race leader and the fastest car out there on the racetrack. And unfortunately here for PJ Popham, not having any luck here in this late race feature event here with the 305 sprint cars. That pretty much sums up his series so far here this season. Kind of been an up and down here. He's shown a lot of speed, had a lot of good cars. Just unfortunately hasn't had the finishes yet in them, as we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. As out in front, Patrick Lemire teaming to lead the way. Vernon Hill right there in 2nd. Joseph Brooks in position number 3 as we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to battle. Z says, oh man, that's going to make the family reunion awkward. Yes, it will. The family reunion definitely going to be a lot more awkward now after that one. As we are back to green flag racing, Patrick Lemire with a big restart right there, looking to try to run away with this one, trying to pick up the checkered flag. Vernon Hill in 2nd, Joseph Brooks there in 3rd as the white flag has been displayed one more time around for Patrick Lemire, as he may have been gifted this one, as Lemire out in front down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Patrick Lemire is going to pick up the checker flag here in the 305 sprint cars with the Montana iRacing League, live from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. It's all the 86 of Patrick Lemire as he's going to get it done and park the BVI Montana iRacing League number 86 up in victory lane. Vernon Hill right there in 2nd, and Joseph Brooks, we called it here on the channel that he was going to reenact it, and he gets it done. Reenacts exactly what he did last week here this weekend, or last night to tonight, and calling that one, man, that was a good call by PeaceMaker Gaming right there. I called it last night that he was going to try and reenact and do the exact same thing that he did last night with a win in the first race, a 3rd place finish in the 2nd race, and he's able to get it done here in this one. But it's all Patrick Lemire, as Lemire's going to pick up the win here in this one. A heartbreaker there for PJ Popham after being so fast all evening long here in the 305s. Looking to cruise into victory lane himself, and unfortunately, a couple late race caution flags taking him out of contention with this one as he finishes back in that 7th position and gifts the 86 ride of Patrick Lemire a top finish here in this one, picking up the victory. Steve Walker with the like on the stream. Alan Peters coming in with the like on the stream as well. I appreciate you guys showing the love here in this one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button as we're going to get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here once again with our top 3 finishers as Patrick Lemire picking up the win, parking this ride up in victory lane. We're going to pull him up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Patrick, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
How's it going?
Not too bad, Patrick, man. What a run, what a drive here as we saw you quickly jump up into that second spot there as you and Vernon Hill duked it out for a little bit. You were able to get the one up on him here, then being the benefit of some unfortunate breaks there for the 2-ride of PJ Popham as PJ was in a different zone here this evening in the 305. Was able to open up a couple big leads here over the rest of the field, and unfortunately, guys, just couldn't quite hang with them, but unfortunately, getting out there a little bit too far, trying to get some more speed and pick up some more time on his, and he gets into some lap traffic there, gets turned around, and unfortunately had to restart the field and couldn't recoup as he gets tied up in another wreck. And late in this race, giving you the opportunity to pick up the checkered flag. You don't make any of those mistakes at the front of the pack here yourself as you're able to pull the 86 ride up into victory lane. And what might have been a little bit of a gift there from the 2 ride, just getting a little too hungry out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for him, but we managed to benefit from it and held our spot, kept her steady, and came home with the W, so I ain't complaining.
Absolutely a great way to finish off the weekend here with the Montana iRacing League as you park that 86 ride up in victory lane. Did you think you had anything there for PJ if we would have saw a late race caution flag like we did, but not including PJ there? Do you think you had something left in the tank there for those final few laps if you still had that 2 ride out there in front of you?
Probably not. I mean, he runs these all the time, so he's pretty smooth with it. But you know, stuff happens sometimes. So
Absolutely, that is racing. Unfortunately, the 2 ride getting the raw end of the deal here in this one, but benefit of the action there with the 2 car in the 32 as the Pom-Pams come together, opens up the door for you to park it in victory lane, and you make no mistake as you pull it up here into the Cedar Lake victory lane. Patrick, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in this one?
Warren for putting this whole league together. You for putting this broadcast on. I want to thank BBI, Gear Grabber's Garage, AutoWorks Repair and more, and all my family and friends.
Beauty. Well, Patrick, congratulations on picking up the checkered flag. A great way to finish off the evening here. Parking the 86 right up in victory lane, brother. Congratulations with a great run. Congratulations with a great race. We look forward to seeing you back out here on the racetrack next Friday.
Thank you.
You enjoy the rest of your night and don't party too hard down there in victory lane.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Patrick Lemire, as Lemire picks up the win and parks the 86 ride up in victory lane. As unfortunately, our second place finisher, Vernon Hill, does not have Discord, so unfortunately we can't get Vernon up into the Discord here for his post-race interview, but obviously some shout-outs there, JR1 and Vernon Hill coming together and making that number 1 ride very, very fast here this evening in his second place run. So a huge congratulations there to Vernon Hill coming home in position number 2 here this evening in that 1 ride as we're going to get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the number 54 ride, Joseph Brooks, for the 4th time here this weekend. Coming home with his 4th top 3 run, including 2 victories here as we're going to pull him in to the broadcast booth. Hey, Joe, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Sure.
Joe, man, what did I tell you last night? I thought you were going to reenact exactly what you did yesterday, and here you go. You pick up the win in the late models. You're coming home again in position number 3 in the second race of the evening as you get the great run here again in the 305s. As I said, you don't really like these rides, but with some luck and some misfortune there for the 2 ride of PJ Popham, opening up that 1 extra position to put yourself into another podium spot here to finish off the weekend, man. Take us back through this one and how you got it done.
I don't even know how I got it done, to be honest with you. I feel bad for PJ. I didn't get to see what happened, but he's had horrible luck this week and last week, so I feel bad for him. But, in the heat, I was like, well, PJ's fast, so just stay out of his way. He'll come up through the back. And then I just started trying to follow his line in the heat race there. And then tried to follow his line there in the main for a while. And then I lost sight of him. So I didn't know where to run. And I just kept it up on the top and trying to mix it up and get around that one ride of Vernon. But he had just enough that I couldn't get around him. So.
Absolutely, some great racing, some great battles out there on the racetrack, but another top 3 finish here for you to finish off the evening. Almost a perfect run here this weekend with 2 wins and 2 third-place runs here in the second races. Man, you got to be pretty happy with your performance here over these last 2 nights.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to be able to finish third in these. I didn't think it was going to happen, but hey, it happens. And, well, we'll go into next week, see what happens.
Absolutely, brother. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack next Friday when the Montana iRacing League gets ready to rock and roll for their 3rd week of racing action. But, Joe, another good run, another great performance here for you in this one. Who would you like to thank here again for another good run tonight?
I just want to thank the Bush Barn, Bite Motorsports, BBI, Missouri River Barbershop, Tri-City Speed, all the guys that helped me out. I honestly, I wasn't in Discord this race, so it was just all being by myself. So nobody to talk to, but everyone that helps me, and you for putting on the broadcast, Warren for putting the league together, all our league sponsors and everything. It couldn't be happen without these guys. So thank you.
Absolutely, Joe. Congrats again on a solid top 3 run here in this one. We look forward to seeing you go back to battle next Friday, and hopefully we can see you back up here in the broadcast booth maybe a few more times, and maybe see if you can get another top, 4 more podium finishes here next week.
Hopefully. I don't even know where we're racing next week, so it's kind of a unknown for me yet.
Absolutely. Well, nonetheless, I know you'll be a contender in a lot of these races, and I'm sure we'll see you up here battling at the front of the field here next Friday and Saturday.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You as well. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Joseph Brooks. Is Brooks coming home here in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for the 78 ride here in this one. Usually the 54 machine, but the car said 78, but it's normally the 54 to Joseph Brooks as he comes home here in position number 3. Another good run, another good drive here, as that's going to bring the closing race here of week number 2 of the Montana iRacing League to a close here. Another good pair of runs here this evening. Another good 4-race set as we have these drivers out there on the racetrack for 2 races. 2 races, Fridays and Saturdays. 4 races a week here. These guys go to battle and duke it out here. The Montana iRacing League, all Montana locals. Most of these drivers run in real life or did run in real life in the Montana areas, and going to battle. A lot of these drivers have competed against each other, seen each other out there on the racetrack in different classes at the same racetrack and everything else, and here they are coming together and putting on some great shows here for us in iRacing. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you guys all back here tomorrow evening for some more racing action, as we got a couple more broadcasts to do tomorrow evening. We got the Outcast Racing League and the 2 Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions League of Outlaws later on tomorrow night. So we got a couple races left to go to finish off the weekend, and then right back into our weekly races Monday through Friday as we're going to get ready to call it there on that one. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, coming in, showing all the love here. As Rubes Gaming coming in, dropping the thumbs up here late in this one as well with the link on the stream here. I appreciate you coming in, showing the love. As man, a great run, great race, some great action here this evening. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it there on that note. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.